Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? Our lesson today is lesson 4.6, which is called Congruence in Right Triangle. Today we are going to learn how to prove that two right triangles are congruent. Two right triangles are congruent. Here we have a right triangle like that, because we have an angle, its measure is 90. If you have angle, its measure is 90, so this triangle is called right triangle. The side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse. Again, the side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse. The other two sides are called legs. So this side is leg and this side also is leg. So again, the side opposite to the right angle is called hypotenuse, and the other two sides are called legs. This leg and also this side is leg. Let's see our theorem. Our theorem is theorem 4.6. This theorem for the right triangle. If the hypotenuse and leg of one right angle here, pay attention, leg, just one leg, are congruent to the hypotenuse and leg of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Again, if the hypotenuse is condition number one, and a leg, condition number two, of one right triangle are congruent to the hypotenuse and a leg of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. What is the meaning of that? Here we have two triangles. Our condition is number one, BR is congruent to XZ. BR is congruent to XZ. And also BQ is congruent to XY. So here we have BR congruent to XZ, BQ congruent to XY, and also angle Q is congruent to angle Y. So the two triangles are congruent. Triangle BQR is congruent to triangle XYZ because we have hypotenuse congruent to another hypotenuse, leg congruent to a leg, and one right angle is congruent to another right angle. So the two triangles are congruent. Let's see an exercise for that. Here we have problem number one. Using HL theorem. This theorem is called HL. HL means hypotenuse leg. HL means hypotenuse leg. The question is, on the basketball backboard, brackets shown below, angle ADC and angle BDC are right angles. Right angles mean equals 90. And AC congruent to BC. Are triangle ADC congruent to triangle BDC? Explain. Let's find our condition. Condition number one, that angle ADC is congruent to angle BDC because each one of them is 90. This angle is 90, so this angle also is 90. Condition number two, we have AC is congruent to BC. AC is congruent to BC, it's a given. What about the third condition? Who can tell me? As usual, yes, CD is common side because it exists in both triangles. So CD is congruent to CD. That means it's common side. Common side. So, yes, the two triangles are congruent. Triangle ADC is congruent to the triangle BDC because we have three conditions. Right angles equal to right angle. One leg equals to another leg. This hypotenuse, sorry, equals to the hypotenuse. And one leg equals to another leg. So the two triangles are congruent. Let's see another exercise. Here we have given, our given is angle BRS, and the angle BRS, this angle BRS, this one, and the angle RBQ, this one, are right angles. Their measure equals 90. SP is congruent to QR. Proves that the triangle BRS congruent to the triangle RPQ. Again, let's read our given again. Angle BRS and angle RPQ are right angles. SP is congruent to QR. Proves that the two triangle BRS and the triangle RPQ are congruent. Let's search about the three conditions of the congruency. You have to think. Let's write the three conditions. Condition number one, we have angle BRS is congruent to angle RPQ. This is condition number one. What about condition number two? It's SP congruent to QR. It's a given also. We need the third condition. Who can tell me what is the third condition? You have to think. Think again. Yes, PR is congruent to PR. That means it's a common side. PR, it's a common side. It's common side. Common side. So, from the three conditions, we get that triangle PRS is congruent to the triangle RPQ. So again, let's revise the three conditions again. Angle BRS is congruent to angle RPQ. It's given. SP is congruent to QR. It's also given. We need the third condition. The third condition that PR is congruent to PR again. It's a common side. So angle PR, so triangle BRS is congruent with triangle RPQ. Here we can say that PR is congruent to RP, no problem. You can change the letter. PR is like RP. Let's see another exercise. Problem number 2. Here we have given that PE bisects AD at C. What is the meaning of bisect? Bisect means that PE divides the AD into two equal parts. Where is the AD? The AD here. AD and BE bisect it. That means this part is equals to this part. So that means AC is equals to DC. That is the meaning of bisect. AB is perpendicular to BC. DE is perpendicular to AC. Perpendicular means make right angle. Right angle. Prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEC. Let's search about the three conditions to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Who can tell me the first condition? The first condition that angle B is congruent to the angle E. Each one of them is 90 degrees because they are right angles. Condition number 2. DE, the side DE, is congruent to the side AB. It's given. The side DE is congruent to the side AB. What about the third condition? Yes, from the bisector, since BE bisect AD, so we get that AC is congruent to DC because BE bisects AD. Since BE bisect AD, that means AC is congruent to CD. So we have the three conditions now complete. So the triangle ABC is congruent to the triangle DEC because we have right angle equals a right angle. And also we have DE is congruent to AB, one leg is congruent to another leg. AC is congruent to DC, AC is the hypotenuse here, the opposite to the right angle, is congruent to this hypotenuse. So we have HL case. This case is HL. Let's see another exercise. Here we have given that CD congruent to EE, EA, CD congruent to EA. AD is a perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular means right angle. Bisector means divide it into two parts. So AD bisect CE. AD bisect CE. AD is the bisector of CE. So this part equals to this part. CB is congruent to BE because the bisector. So since, right, since AD is the bisector of CE, so we get that CB is congruent to BE. Now how we can prove that the two triangles are congruent? Let's search about the three conditions. The three conditions are, again, this part is congruent to this part. Condition number one, we have angle CBD is congruent to angle what? Yes, EBA, because this angle is also 90 degrees from the perpendicular bisector, because AD is perpendicular to CE. Condition number two, we have CD is perpendicular to AE. CD is perpendicular to AE, is congruent to AE. Number three, the third condition, we have CB is congruent to BE. So from the three conditions, we get that the triangle CBD is also congruent to the triangle EBA. This case is HL case because we have right angle congruent to right angle. CD is hypotenuse, AE is hypotenuse. CD is hypotenuse opposite to the right angle. AE is also hypotenuse. We have hypotenuse congruent to hypotenuse, and one leg is congruent to the other leg, so the two triangles are congruent. We finished our lesson. I hope you understood this lesson well. Please don't forget your online assignment and study this lesson well. Thank you. Have a nice day.